All right, good morning, good morning. Late start as we are coming up on just about an hour into the open. And I'm currently on a scalp. And let's see here. Oops, where am I in at? Really? Okay, so we've got the NASDAQ down 17 points. We have the S&P up 1.84 points, and we have the Dow up 5 points. And I'm looking for something to scalp. Are we scared for AMC? Good question. Let's take a quick look here at TS Chimps. Not really. 1163. So we're operating on an SSR today. So there's short sale restrictions. So anybody shorting the stock can only short it on an uptick. But to be honest, that's not hard to do. You do a little high frequency trading. Buy in milliseconds. You get one second uptick, and boom, they can sell it short. So we've recovered off of our bottom on the open this morning at 1131, and so it's put on 30 cents since then, divided into 1162. So it's come back about 3% off of its bottom on the day. It's floating right at, if we look at the 3-minute chart, it's floating right below. So we might be running these 50, the 50 moving average, which is 50 period moving average is the green, 180 period moving average is the white, 200 moving average is the red. So it's been bouncing up to the 180, almost to the 200. I front run the 200 with a 180. That's just my style. And so it seems to be doing that, but it is on a decline based on the slam that it got on the open, based on the slam it got in the pre-market as well. So, it's going to do its thing. Not worried about it. I think, there's a chance we could end it up, but look, the whole market is mixed right now. So you've got, if you take a look at the S&P 500, you've got a lot of dull colors. When you have dull colors, the only bright spot that I see on here is you got Netflix to the upside. Micron is down 1.9%. So Netflix is up, Microsoft is up, Google is up, Amazon is up, Tesla is up. So pretty much the top 100 in the NASDAQ are trading up this morning. So that's causing the NASDAQ now it's down. Now it's down 10 points. So if you look at the ones that are up, you've got the NASDAQ 100 with Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Tesla, Nvidia, PayPal, and Intel is basically your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 as your top 10 market cap stocks in the NASDAQ 100. And as you can see from the heat map, with the exception of Apple, you got Microsoft, Nvidia's up, Google's up, Facebook's up, Amazon's up, Tesla's up, etc. So looking at it, I'm not surprised of what's happening. You got a lot of paper hand people that are probably taking profits or getting some out. And so that's just the way it's going to be for now. GameStop also pulling back, so a lot of red today. So again, the Dow's down 9, the S&P is up 3, The NASDAQ is down 1.56 points. So we can look at those a little bit. So here's a Dow. And this is on a 3-minute chart. Here's the NASDAQ composite. And it's heading south a little bit. And the S&P basically trading flat on the day. Okay. Looking for a little bit of a, I'm trying to find a scalp on Boeing off of its, it's down almost 2%, but it's not there yet. Yeah, it just keeps making newer lows, so we'll see on that one. AMD is trading down. Intel is now negative. Microsoft hanging on to its gains. It's up another 3. And it just keeps banging out new 52-week highs. Roblox is up just a little bit after a down day. U.S. oil down $1. I'm glad I sold all that, at least near term. I want to get back into it. We have Ethereum, or I'm sorry, all the precious metals. You have silver down 42 cents back into the low 25s, 25.29. Platinum 15 points below its 1200 that it's been running at. And palladium 20 still holding above 2600. And gold can't get back to 1800. It's hanging out in these middle 1700s. We've got Ethereum, which is up again a little bit. It got down into the 1600s. If you look at the 30-minute chart, got down to 1647. And then, so that might be a new support level down there. We'll see. 1632. It says 1631 in the. And then Bitcoin all the way down to 54,000, call it 55,000 even on Bitcoin, and it's bouncing off of its most recent bottom of basically 53,000, which it touched just a few hours or last night. Okay, let's see here. So AMC 1153 right now, down 97 cents. I haven't sold any yet, but we'll see. I've got to see some buying stuff today. I'm still profitable on all of mine, but if it keeps breaking down at some point, you know, you're still looking at from last week. We're higher than where we were last Monday, right? So last Monday, you know, we had a huge jump up into the 14s, but where we started the day at, that's where we're at right now. So we're only retracing a week and looking at, you know, this 1152 spot that we're at right now. It does say that, you know, you could potentially near term head back down into the 9s. So 1131 now. So it's gotta break above these lines, and I don't think, well, we've had some, yeah, see, we are so far above the 50 and 200 day moving average, but when you get to the period averages based on the timestamp, this is a 1 hour chart. You can make any chart look good and say, okay, oh, now we're below, right? And all of a sudden now we're right at, and then over here we're now above, and so you can play with the numbers a little bit. Looking at a you know, 1131. It hit that number twice, both in the pre-market and on the open, as well as clipping it almost a second time at 1131. So that's our initial next stop down for support. The real support, you know, 5-minute period, and let me get these for you. Yeah, 1177. It broke through its support level, and its next support level 2 is at 1105, and support level 3 is at 962. So you've got some issues there. Hold on here. That's just an ugly chart. Yeah, it's all ugly today. VIX is starting to go up a little bit, but VIX is still down in the 19s though. So that's actually not a bad spot. I don't want to do that right there. And you got the S&P 500, and the S&P is still up 0.42. But looking at this heat map, things are getting a little duller. With the exception of Netflix up here, up 3%. Everything else is showing, if it's up, it's not up a lot. Although Adobe's up 2%, Microsoft's up 1%, Google's up 1%, Facebook up 0.63%, Amazon up 1.12%. The interesting thing about AMC is AMC Cineworld, which is Regal, just announced a deal with Warner Brothers to exclusivity, apparently, for the first 45 days that movies come out starting in 2022. They will potentially air on Regal, but it said exclusivity, which means that nobody else will carry Warner Brothers movies except for Cineworld, which is Regal, which is not as big as AMC. That doesn't make any sense. So I think that it used to be before the pandemic, the typical studio agreement was that they couldn't go to streaming till like 90 days. So you had a good 3 months of pure movies in the theater before they could potentially release it to streaming. Now, the deal that Cineworld, which owns Regal, agreed to as they open their theaters, will be open again at the end of this month. So they'll be opening for Godzilla vs. Kong, which is a Warner Brothers movie. They're saying that I just don't get it, that they're not as big as AMC. So AMC probably made a similar deal, but maybe it's not quite as advertised, I guess is the word I'm looking for. All right. Okay, good morning. Heather, good morning over on YouTube's. Nice to see you. All right, so Boeing, I would love to take a shot here. We're going to go to my 3-minute. And S&P still heading down though, and the VIX is heading up. So more downside here. And that's not going to consolidate. All right. All right, let's take a quick look here. All right, so we've got, AMC's down $1.09. It's 1140 range. Oops. I think, let's see, just, disappearing quick. Yeah, AMC, to be honest with you, is not looking good at all. Just straight up honesty here. I just sold some of my AMC. I sold 2,000 shares of it. And I'm just basically looking for other opportunities now. Will it come back? There's nothing wrong with taking profits. It's still a money game. I still have some shares. But you got the VIX rising, the S&P is tanking, all the markets are starting to tank a little bit. S&P is now down 8, NASDAQ's down 54, Dow is down 102. Alright, I'm not getting filled on this last one. I gotta drop my bid. Oh, it just keeps frickin' dropping, dude. Close the frickin' message box, man. Alright. Okay. All right, my shares of AMC I'm out of. I just sold 3,000 shares and booked a profit. Get anything there? All right. I just also sold my AMC $8 calls that I was still profitable on, about 500 bucks. So as of right now, I no longer own any AMC. So TS Chimps, that's where I'm at on it. And so now I've got to go find something else to buy, since I have a boatload of cash sitting in my account now. But the market, maybe some bowling. Hold on. And I'm in scalping mode today. All right, let's see here. All right, let's take a look at bowling. Right on the 3 minute. And it just keeps dropping. S&P VIX is up to 19.6. How much triple Q's doing? Coming back a little bit. We had on the economic front today, we had existing home sales yesterday. This did not show up. This showed up late in the day for some reason. It was weird. But 6.22 million on 6.5. I had read last night that in February was the worst month I think, on record for existing home sales. So supply is absolutely low, big time. New home sales, again, I think I said so they said 879. I think I said 770 yesterday is where we would be. So we're about 100,000. Yeah, 879 minus 775. 104,000 less new home sales in February than we had in March. Now you did have weather, but look at this. Look at this from the previous. You went from 948 to 775. So 948 in January minus 7 in the middle of winter. You had 173,000 new home sales, and a lot of that is like lumber. I read that the average new house new house price for first-time home buyers, if they're building, is about $24,000 higher than it was a year ago, and that's because lumber prices have soared like 300%. I know I had a second balcony deck outside my master bedroom, and I had to replace it, and it's 2 stories up, right? And when I first had priced it to work on the project, I'd saved that pricing. I literally paid double what it would have cost me to replace it. I just did it myself. And it was just crazy the way wood prices, a commodity, have jumped in somewhat of a smaller, shrinking market. But again, home prices, they're going to keep going up. I know Zillow was talking about my house going up another 12% this year. It's pretty much every month I stay here is like it goes up another $7,000, and I've got to come up with a price to sell my house at because I'm getting out of here. My goal is I want to sell my house, take the cash from that house, and buy a new house somewhere else for 100% cash. And I've got enough equity in there to do it. And then I'll just set up a base basically in Wyoming because of tax purposes, and then I'll travel around and everything else and enjoy my life. But that's just me. So when you look at things like housing prices, existing home sales down, supply is so limited right now that if you were ever thinking about selling, if you were, not financial advice, not tax advice, but if you were ever thinking about selling and locking in your profit on equity versus it coming back down and just staying there, I'm really thinking about, honestly, I am seriously considering selling this house, booking the cash in my accounts, and maybe renting until the market tanks, and then buying like a foreclosure or something when those start to happen again. The moratorium on foreclosures ends in June now. It was supposed to end next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, and they extended it through June. And so people can't be thrown out of their houses. I read stories, multiple stories now, in California, people selling their house and then not moving out. I swear I'm telling the truth. They're literally selling their houses and not moving out because there's a moratorium, and they can't kick them out of their house right now because of the pandemic. So, I could probably do the same thing here. I could sell my house, take somebody's cash, and just refuse to move out. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I would never do that. That's not in my wheelhouse to do something like that. Okay, so some of the texts are moving back up a little bit here. We've got let me take a quick look at Boeing and see if it wants to bounce at all. There's a 3-minute, slightly lower volume declining, slightly lower wicks on the downside on the 3-minute, which is going to show a little bit of green here. What do we got? I'm thinking I might want to take a chance here. Let's see. I need a green doji on the 3. All right, we're going to go in. Hey, where is my order box at? Why is this so big? Uh-oh. I think my computer's just froze. It did. My broker software just froze. My Street Smart Edge from Schwab. That's not good. Did I get filled? I did. I did get filled. Well, shoot. All right, 24470. I don't know if I got my last fill or not on that order. Oh, Schwab, you are killing me, dude. You are killing me today. Hold on a second, you guys. I got to go back in and close this program. And then restart it. Hopefully I'm still streaming. And I'm trying to do some scalping here. And literally I put in a trade. I don't think it got filled though. I think I missed it. Or I got partial filled. This happens every once in a while. When you have a busy market day, especially on the downside, everybody's trying to get in and either take profits or sell stuff. And every broker software has glitches. So nothing works 100% of the time. So you do have a backup here. So let's go back into AMC, see where we're at on that. Yeah, 11.15. Starting to come back a little bit. So that's good news. All right, come on, software. All right, let me get into my other account here. I don't know why it defaults my retirement account first instead of my margin account. There we go. I did not get filled. So I had an order in for 250 shares at 244.57 on Boeing. Ah, you dog. And I did not get filled. Go 3 minute. I'm sure I got a buy already. Nope, not yet. All right, 245.05. That's an emotional number. S&P starting to go up. For now, let me get into the other screen here. Okay. All right. Okay, now I just got filled. So I'm in, I got 500 shares of Boeing. And let's see on the 3 minute here. Declining volume. It's a risk because these have not crossed yet on the 3 minute. So it's definitely a risk. The VIX is slowing down just a little bit. The S&P was on a tick. It looks like it's starting to consolidate a little bit. It's getting late in the morning as well. Let's see how that works out. They did get news, which I read earlier, about signing a $5.28 billion revolving credit agreement and 2-year credit agreement. Pay a fee between 0.2 and 0.5%. So they're borrowing cash. 5.28 billion revolving credit facility, depending on credit rating, and will terminate March 19, 2023. So a 2-year agreement on 5.28 billion at 0.2%. Super low rate, which talks about them being pretty good there. All right, so I need to look at this and 11.24, nice upside here on AMC. What do I get out at? Actually, Okay. So 11:30 on AMC. So again, you know, the SSR, the short sale restriction that says they can only short the stock on an uptick, it is the most easily manipulated thing that you can do. You take a high frequency trading and you simply just roll your bid and ask by a penny up while you're rapidly buying and selling so that you're not losing a lot. You're just trying to cause an uptick, and all you need is that one uptick before they can slam it back down again. So it's a stupid rule because it's so easily beatable. Everybody's talking about YouTube about, oh, it's going to be great, and you know, AMC to the moon tomorrow, and it's going to recover. And it's just not the way trading works with algorithms. You have to understand these computers and how they're programmed. Knight, good morning, Knight. Good to see you. Knight, you're late here. I did exit all of my AMC at a profit. Altogether, I made, I think, about 11 grand altogether, and I exited my $8 calls as well because I didn't want to see the profit go down to zero. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I want to buy back in. We'll see what it does here recently before putting that in. I am doing some scalping right now, and I bought some Boeing, and let's see where it's at on the 3-minute if it crossed. It is about to cross on the 3-minute. I already bought some 245.05. I'm in on Boeing, and I've got 500 shares there. So 245.28 minus 245.05, 23 cents times 500. So I'm already up 115 bucks on that. Let's see, the 30-second, and we've got a rising S&P a little bit, but again, we're red all the way across the board. You've got a lot of red here, and the market seems to be turning a little bit. But the VIX is heading down. The S&P is slightly heading up right now live. But you've got Apple that turned negative. You got Tesla that's now negative. You got Facebook barely hanging on to a gain. Google up a little bit. Netflix still holding on to its almost 3%. Microsoft up almost 1%. Adobe up 2%. The brightest spot is basically Adobe and Netflix on the whole chart, with Netflix beating them out. And I think, what's this over here? Dollar General? Dollar General up 2.78%. Home Depot, Lowe's up a little bit. McDonald's up a little bit. But Chipotle up a little bit. Nike up a little bit. Energy down, with the exception, who is EOG? EOG Resources. So you've got some mix. Synopsys up. VeriSign up. Norton. Akamai Technologies. There's a blast from the past. Okay. So now 245.08. So it may not have been the smartest thing for me to be going to Boeing right now. But declining, it's about to cross though. You've got some on the 3-minute. You've got some. It should come up to this 50 average. So it should come up. I don't know if it's going to come up today up to the 248. And I might swing trade this. We'll see. But if it's off its 52-week high at 278, the problem is you've got some volatility coming into play. But VIX is heading down a little bit. S&P is trying to climb back into positive territory. There's a red doji. So that's heading down now on the 30-second. Watch this. Yeah, 244.54, 57. I've got more cash. Let me get ready to reload here. 244.19, 244.16. We got on this candle 37 seconds left on the candle, but it's a downtrend on the 32nd. Not quite to the 55 level though of the prior, so if it holds this candle, 27, 3-minute. And S&P wants to get back into the green here. It really does. It truly, truly does. All right, there's that new candle. Ended there. Oops. You just got sellers just outpacing everything today. Let's take a look at some of the, you have all the metals are down with the exception of palladium is up a little bit. You have the bond yields are all down a little bit. You have the 10-year is down to 1.654, and the 30-year is actually down below that 244 where it was before. Now it's 2.372, so down 2.2 cents. And it got high as 2.406 the other day. So if you go out to 1 hour here, what is it, 2.406? There we go, 2.406. Yesterday, about 5:45 Eastern time. So we have the Dow, which is down 88 now. You have the Nasdaq is down 12, and the S&P is down 3, trying to climb back. Again, this is where I drew that line, and on that day is pretty much right where we're at right now, and that was back on last Monday. So that was a week ago. Where's my water? I gotta get my water in 1 second. Okay. All right, S&P. Now down only 2. AMC's doing here. Externals here. So 1118. So tried to climb that little bit, but just couldn't get up that hill. You've just got way too many sellers in here today. A huge drop on the open, just literally thousands of profit disappearing. But like I said, I'm out. I paper handed that bitch and took my 11 grand or 10 grand that I could off of it. That's better than nothing. All right, let's see here. Cinemark is down as well. GameStop back down to 186. Just a lot of red on the board. Everything, even Amazon barely up. Netflix back up above 3% now, but even Nvidia barely climbing up. Microsoft holding on to its gains. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Let's look at Softy here. And I'm going to drag Boeing back up here. I'm going to drag, hey, come on, pull up. And I'll drag Microsoft up. So I can look at it. Just a nice run. I missed that one. What to catch in a falling market, right? All right, 243.33, now down over 3% on Boeing. AMC 11.13. It's a really terrible day for trading. All right. All right, it's 8:04. I will be back in a few hours, and hopefully we'll see some green on the board when we get back. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all in a while. Bye now. Where's my...